Check, 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 check. 99, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94. very pleasant good evening, and we welcome you to the VC Sportsplex on the campus of Ventura College for Ventura College Pirate football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network. Well, a week ago, the Pirates were a team flying high, riding a lengthy regular season winning streak, but they ran into a buzzsaw at San Diego Mesa and dropped a 35-20 decision against Mesa a week ago, ending a number of streaks for the Pirates. They return to action tonight looking to get back to their winning ways, and they host El Camino, a team coming off a 7-win season a season ago in a stern test out of the Central Division. The Warriors themselves opened with their first game of the season in Week 2 after their Week 1 matchup against Santa Monica was postponed. That'll be replayed on October 8th during the off week in the SCFA. Nonetheless, the Warriors come in having won their opener a week ago. That a home win against Bakersfield, a 30-20 win for El Camino. El Camino won the toss. They have elected to defer, so the Pirates will go on offense first, looking to get back to their winning ways here tonight at home in front of the Pirate fans. Lamonte James retreating deep for the Pirates. Mentioned the 35-20 loss a week ago against San Diego Mesa, and it was a back-and-forth affair in the first half. The Pirates undone by a short stretch. They gave up a touchdown on a 29-yard touchdown pass shortly before the half. That came with just 10 seconds left in the first half, and then on the opening possession of the second half, a pick six for San Diego Mesa, and what had been a 14-9 game became a 28-9 lead for Mesa. They would go on to win it 35-20. A good return takes it out to the 41-yard line, so the Pirates will have very good field position, and we should see Braden Seary at the controls, who talked to Steve Mushagian this week after seeing a lot of Ezekiel Savage in the loss to San Diego Mesa. Said that Seary would get the start here tonight if he's able to go, but we might see Ezekiel Savage before it's all said and done. Asked for a report card on Braden Seary, the freshman, through his first 2 weeks, and said has got some growing pains going on learning this offense, but he's getting better every week. And so they're excited to see where it'll go with Seary. The Pirates come out and overload the right side for this 1st and 10 play. Quick bubble screen and solid yardage out to the 49. It's a 7-yard gain. Reeves with the reception. Keith Morgan on the stop for El Camino. A 7-yard gain on the Reeves reception. Brings up a 2nd down and 3. Valenzuela in the backfield with Seary. And now the Pirates will move the 3 wide receivers to the near side. They're in the home black jerseys. Reeves on the end around, in some trouble, gets away from Lando Brown and scurries out of bounds near the 1st down marker. That was nearly a loss on the play as Brown got into the backfield, as he is wont to do. On the play, Reeves just gets back to the line of scrimmage. So an early 3rd down for the Pirates, and quite uncharacteristically, the Pirates have really struggled on 3rd down over the first 2 weeks. They are 5 of 32 on 3rd downs over the first 2 weeks. Seary looking deep, just overshoots his target, and the Pirates are going to start with a 3-and-out. Seary looking for Reeves, who was working against Jonathan Johnson one-on-one. Reeves did get a half a step, but Seary couldn't find the mark, and the Pirates will punt it away after getting very good field position off the opening kick. 13:54 to go in the opening quarter. We're happy to have you with us for Pirate football here on the VC Sports Network, brought to you by Crown Plaza Ventura Beach, the official hotel of Ventura College Athletics. L.J. Harm has the snap. Low kick, angled toward the near side. This will dig in and end up inside the 5. This is a tremendous job by Harm. They will down it at the 1. 50-yard kick, and El Camino will go on offense for the first time tonight with as bad a field position as you can get. They'll start from their own 1-yard line under sensational freshman Keyshawn Foots. What a debut he had in the victory over Bakersfield. Foots 22 of 27 in the game for 230 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was outstanding. Stephen Bradford will be in the deep eye. Bradford returns for his sophomore season after rushing for nearly 1,000 yards a season ago. He finished with 977 yards. Up the middle and a pickup of about a yard. Sirocco quickly into the backfield for the Pirates. The ability to run the football figures to be a major factor here today for any number of reasons. El Camino, under head coach Griffin Lindheim, one of the best running teams year after year, including week 1 this season. Quick throw over the middle near the first down marker. Bray Weems, the leading receiver from a week ago, has the catch. They have not moved the chains yet, and it looks like Weems is about a yard shy. Jet Aldrich on the stop. Getting back to the running game, El Camino ran for over 200 yards as a team in the victory over Bakersfield a week ago. And they will need to do that to control the clock here today against the Pirates, but that's easier said than done. Even in the loss, the Pirates were outstanding against the run against Mesa once again. So they have been very difficult to run the ball against this season. Bradford tripped up, but does get the yard to move the chains. So El Camino buys themselves a little bit of real estate, and they pick up a big first down. Pirates miss an opportunity to get it right back with great field position. Fresh set of downs for the Warriors. 12:27 and counting remaining in the opening quarter. Little stutter step from Bradford. Now cuts it back. He's over the 15, out to the 17. Jalen Wesley with the tackle. 4-yard run for Bradford brings up a second down and 6. Bradford on the pitch, running right, looking for a lane. He is stood up and driven back. Finished off by Jonah Rubidou. No gain on the play for Bradford, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. Foots with receivers left and right for this 3rd and 6 play. Hernandez solo to the left. The defensive lineman standing up. Hernandez led the Pirates in sacks a season ago with 7. He had another one last week in the loss. Foots lobs on the near side, broken up. Wesley on the coverage as the pass was intended for Jabari Hughes. So the 4th down will bring on the punting unit, and the Pirates should get it back with pretty good field position. Valenzuela waits at his own 42-yard line. Jesse Valenzuela has already returned a punt for a touchdown this season. That in the win over Moore Park. And he is a danger at all times. Saul on to punt it away. Adam Saul, short kick, takes a Pirate bounce, and the Pirates will take over in El Camino territory with 11:09 remaining in the first quarter. And they're going to spot this at the 47-yard line. That is a punt of just 30 yards for Saul, and the Pirates with an opportunity. They will have excellent field position. J.Q. Brown in the backfield behind Siri, who wants to work quickly from the El Camino 47. I mentioned the two teams and the divergent record against the run. Read option for Siri, who continues to weave his way forward. Finally tripped up at the 34-yard line. Morgan on the stop for El Camino, but not before Siri runs for 13 yards. The other reason that running the ball is going to be critical here tonight is that the winds are up here in Ventura tonight. It's a beautiful evening for football, but the winds are gusting, and it doesn't figure to be easy to throw the ball. Brown dragged down by Brown. A loss on the play of a couple for J.Q. Brown. Briefly mentioned Lando Brown a moment ago. 3 sacks in the opener against Bakersfield, and that's not out of nowhere. He led the team in sacks a year ago and returns to lead this defense for his sophomore season. Siri fakes, hit as he throws, looking over the middle, nobody there. And the pass incomplete, not on the same page with Sebastian Macaluso. And it looked like Macaluso broke that to the outside, Siri looking to throw to the inside. And the Pirates catch a bit of a break that one wasn't picked off. Instead, they will face a lengthy third down, a 3rd and 12. They are now 5 of 33 on third down up to the moment on the season, having missed their first third down conversion earlier here tonight. Play action, Siri with a deep drop, throws behind his target, and this one is picked off. And that was picked off by Abdul Muhammad. And again, let's watch the replay here, because Siri once again looks to not be on the same page with his intended target. This time it's Tate who breaks it to the outside, and Muhammad comes up with the pick. Well, it functions as a very short punt for the Pirates, and that's a break for El Camino in any number of ways, but not the least of which is, instead of perhaps starting very deep in their own territory, they get it at the 20. So much more manageable field position for their second possession. Now the 3 and out for the Pirates. Screen pass on first down, out to the 25 and dragged down to 27. The ball comes out late. No signal yet. No, they're going to say he was down by contact. Jabari Hughes with the catch. Excuse me, that was Brendan Hodge. Well, one more guess. It was Marcise Yetz. Wesley again on the stop, and you see that ball squirt out late, but down by contact. Back to live action. Brian Santana-Feast on the carry. He was the leading rusher in the victory over Bakersfield. Aldridge trips him up at the 31, but Brian Santana-Feast able to move the chains. Quick first down for El Camino, and they'll go back to work in the offset eye. Receivers left and right. Foots around the edge, going back to Yetz. Yetz with 62 yards on 8 carries in the victory over Bakersfield. Interestingly, Feast and Yetz both outrushed Bradford, who had the great season a year ago. So El Camino figures to have some depth moving forward at that running back position, at least off of what we saw from the first week. 4-yard carry for Yetz, 2nd down and 6. The throw over the middle, catch is made. Out to the 38-yard line. David Ukatu with the reception. The sophomore tight end stood up at the 38. It'll bring up a 3rd down, I believe, and 3. They have it at 2nd and 3 on the scoreboard, but I believe the Yetz carry was the first down play. So this should be 3rd and 3, and yes, now they have updated the scoreboard. 3 wide receivers to the near side for El Camino, facing a 3rd and 3. The handoff straight ahead and moving the pile out near the first down marker. That is good power running for Brian Feast. Demetrius Edwards on the stop, but you saw the power of Feast. He was hit a couple of yards shy of first down yardage, but was able to drag tacklers to the 42 and pick up the first down for El Camino. Quick screen, another big play. El Camino into Pirate territory at the 46. Joshua Lorick with the reception. Rubidoux all the way downfield making the stop, and that's not what you want to see, your defensive lineman making tackles on 12-yard gains. But good hustle from Rubidoux to get back on that play. Nonetheless, El Camino, another first down, and they are on the move. This drive started at the 20. Feast ahead for a gain of a couple. Joe Hernandez able to wrap up the legs of Feast after a 2-yard run. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 midway through the first quarter. Mentioned just how impressive the Pirates had been of late. Their last regular season loss came back in 2019. Now, it should be pointed out there was no season in 2020, but still it's better than a year ago. and that came in November. So they had won 12 straight in the regular season. Quick slant back to Lorick, who makes the catch at the 29. They'll give him the 28. That's a 15-yard gain. Foots picking up right where he left off. Has connected on 5 of his first 6 passes. Pirates also had a nice regular season road win streak going. 9 straight wins on the road in the regular season. In fact, it was 9 straight wins overall on the road. That ended with the loss to Mesa. Foots starting to scramble, able to get away. Now he'll go down at the 24. Now let's see if there's a late flag, because Foots was trying to go down and he got hit on the slide by Spencer Moore. It's a 5-yard run, and I do see a flag down. It would be a 2nd and 5. And watch, yeah, we have this at the end there, and yeah, I don't think there's any question. This is going to be a personal foul, and Moore going to plead his case, but I don't think he's going to do very well on that argument. Not the least of which because he looked to be in the wrong. Foots was making every effort to slide, and Moore got there and gave him the hit on his way down. So the 12 yards will be tacked on. El Camino into the red zone with a 1st and 10 at the Pirate 12-yard line. Meanwhile, we do have a quarterback change with Jillian Carter coming in. They hand it off on the right side. No gain on the play. The Pirates quickly getting to Bradford, who was lucky to get back to the line. 2nd down and 10. Cam Williams with the stop. 2nd down and 10, and Keyshawn Foots has returned. Foots looking left, throws in the flat and completes. Minimal gain on the play, perhaps a yard. That was a terrific hit. James Tuiimi tripping up Colby Bell after he made the catch. A gain of just a yard brings up a 3rd down and 9. When we talked to Steve Mushagian about the game at San Diego Mesa a week ago, he said one of the things that killed us was too many field goals for us and too many touchdowns for them. You have to convert in the red zone. Well, the Pirates would like to reverse that trend here and see if perhaps they can hold El Camino to a field goal attempt in the red zone. 3rd down and 9 from the 11. Foots looking right, under pressure. The ball comes out. Foots scrambling to pick it up. No, it looks like the Pirates have it. Well, how about no field goal attempt at all as the Pirates force the turnover? Angelo Jewell fell on it after Demetrius Edwards appeared to strip it out. That's a big play for the Pirates. El Camino, after a lengthy drive that saw them go from their own 20 to the Pirate 11-yard line, come up completely empty. The teams have traded turnovers here in the first quarter, and we're still scoreless. Siri screens it out on the near side. Minimal gain on the play. Brandenburg Lopez on the reception. He was looking for a block, but that was well defended. Koa Carroll eventually lowering the boom on Lopez. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the Pirate 24 as we wind under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. When these two teams met a year ago, they put 95 points on the board. It was a 58-37 win for the Pirates. So far, here late in the first quarter, we're still scoreless. Couple of yards. Back to Lopez. Gain of a couple of yards. Morgan on the stop. They'll give Lopez 3 yards, call it a 3rd and 7. Pirates still looking for their first down of the game. And they face a 3rd and 7, receivers left and right for Siri. 4-man rush. Siri Stands in, throws over the middle, and completes, but appears to be just shy of the first down marker. Now a late flag comes in. Let's see what the call is. Valenzuela made the catch, but he was brought down a couple of yards short of the marker. But let's see what the late flag is. Dwayne Finley, our referee tonight. And they'll sort this out. This came after the play. So it's a personal foul against Ventura. So they will have to punt it away, and they will have to do it from worse field position. And after the play, Ryan Downard, I believe he said 55. Pirates with a key injury on the offensive line is Julio Ray. Suffered an injury in the loss to Mesa a week ago. He has been ruled out for the foreseeable future, certainly not available here tonight. And Ray, one of the stalwarts of this Pirate offensive line, along with Caleb Barajas on that left side. And the Pirates will have to make an adjustment. And someone will have to step up, as it looks like they won't have Ray, at least for tonight and presumably for a little while. Good kick from Harm again. Partially reverses the field position. El Camino will take over at their own 39-yard line? No, at the 35. Okay. That's a punt of 32 yards for Harm. Didn't get much of a bounce. And El Camino starts from their own 35. Foots with Feast in the deep eye. Feast running left, looking for a lane. He's hit behind the line, manages to pick his way forward. Maybe picked up a yard. 2nd down and 9. Brought down by a gang of black jerseys. Good pursuit to the ball by the Pirates. In fact, Santana Feast gets no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Fast-moving first quarter. We wind down toward 3 minutes to go. Play action, screen, Hughes with some running room. Out to the 45. The ball came out late, but no indication that there was a fumble. Wesley with the stop, but Hughes picked up 10 yards on the play out to the 45. Again, I want to offer a quick correction. That was Brendan Hodge on the catch. So Hodge with the 10-yard reception moves the chains. 1st and 10. Pass through the hands of Lorick. Rubidoux zeroing in on Foots, who got that throw off with Rubidoux right in his face. And a 2nd down and 10 coming up for El Camino from their own 45. Fake and a quick throw over the middle. Lorick again on that quick slant. He is into Pirate territory, brought down at the 42-yard line, a gain of 13. Another catch for Lorick. Wesley has been all over the place in this first quarter. With the stop for Lorick, that's his 3rd reception already in the first quarter. Big hit behind the line, Hernandez, but it's a read option, and Foots fooling me. Sirocco eventually on the stop at the 37. That's a gain of 5. That's shades of a couple of weeks ago in the Moore Park win. Great read option, and boy, oh boy, if you're the back on that play, you really got to give up your body, because he took a big hit from Hernandez to get that play to work. Not an enviable job on that one. Nonetheless, Bradford with the carry out to the 31. Sirocco on the stop again, but El Camino on back-to-back carries are able to move the chains, pick up the 1st down. They're back in Pirate territory at the 31-yard line of Ventura. Well, El Camino has largely dominated this first quarter despite there being no score. The Pirates have struggled offensively, and El Camino on the move once again. Foots with a quick throw. The pass incomplete. Williams with the big hit, and now a flag does come in. Boy, I'd like to see the replay on this one. Bradford was the intended receiver, and I'm going to watch this one here. And I mean, I guess that hit came up near the head of Bradford. Williams clearly led with the shoulder. I don't think there's any question about that, but perhaps that hit coming up around the head of Bradford is what brought the flag. Let's wait and see what the call is. Yeah, it's a targeting call. So it's on Williams, and because of the targeting call, he is also disqualified from the game. So the Pirates lose Williams on the play and the yardage as well. So it takes it down to the 16 of Ventura. Well, that's a brutal call. But I think in fairness to the officials on the call, the hit did come up around the head of Bradford, and that is going to bring that particular call. Even though that looked to me like far from a dirty play by Cam Williams, who clearly led with the shoulder and just made a good hit on Stephen Bradford. But that's one of those situations where it's something that you just have to know as a defensive player. And you have to know that if that hit comes up around the head, you're going to get that penalty every time. And not only is it going to cost the yardage, but your night's going to be done as well. And that is the case for Cam Williams. 1:34 remaining in the first quarter. El Camino back in the red zone. The Pirates going to need another big play. Bradford will remain in the game. 3 wide receivers to the left for El Camino. The freshman Keyshawn Foots has the snap. Pump fake, throws over the middle, and it's picked off! That was picked off by James Tuiimi. That is already James Tuiimi's 3rd interception of the season. And Foots, let's watch the replay. And he pop flies trying to drop it in. And that is an exceptionally tough throw to make. The Pirates had that well diagnosed, and Tuiimi playing a little center field, able to circle under that one and make the interception. Another huge play from the Pirate defense as they thwart another golden opportunity to put points on the board for El Camino. That's the first interception for Keyshawn Foots in an El Camino uniform after he was darn near perfect a week ago in the victory over Bakersfield. Brown on the carry, dragging tacklers, still moving the pile. He's out past the 30 to the 32. Great carry for Brown, Lando Brown with the tackle. First down tonight for Ventura. And it comes with just about a minute remaining in the first quarter. Back to Brown. Circles to his left. Morgan with the stop along with Carroll. That's a gain of 2. 49 seconds and counting remaining in the first quarter. Pirates have time for at least one more play. Running left behind sophomore standout Caleb Barajas on that Pirate offensive line. Blitz coming on a 2nd and 8. Brown bouncing off tacklers out to the 40. A gain of 6. Aaron House with the tackle on Brown. And a 3rd and 2 coming up. Will the Pirates try to run one more play? Siri wants to bring him to the line down to 6 seconds. 5, 4. And Siri going to be content to take it to the second quarter. We are through one quarter. Ventura and El Camino scoreless. You are watching Ventura College football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network. Start of the second quarter in a 3rd and 2 for Ventura. And whistles on the snap. They'll blow it dead. Pirates look to be backing up 5 yards. And 3rd and 2 will become 3rd and 7. It was all El Camino in the first quarter. 10 first downs in that quarter for El Camino to just 2 for Ventura. Meanwhile, the call goes against El Camino. So the Pirates do convert on 3rd down for the first time tonight. Comes via the penalty. And they can go back to work at their own 45. 93-45 in terms of total yards in that first quarter. The give straight ahead. Brown on the carry for a yard. Brings up a 2nd down and 9. But perhaps the most significant stat of the first quarter, turnovers, 1 for the Pirates, 2 for El Camino, and both of those come in the red zone. Hence, no score as we play in the first minute of the second quarter. Siri under pressure, still looking, now going to tuck it and run, has some running room up the middle, 45, inside the 40 and brought down at the 33-yard line. Call it the 32. That is a run of 22 yards for Siri, who far and away leads the team in rushing yards. With that 23-yard run, he's now got 36 yards rushing. And it moves the Pirates into El Camino territory at the 31. Straight ahead and a loss on the play. Brown with nowhere to go. Rather, that's Miles who gets the carry. Lando Brown quickly into the backfield. A loss of 3 for Miles. Miles didn't play in the victory over, or I should say in the loss to San Diego Mesa a week ago, so he returns to the lineup for the first time since week 1. And he's greeted pretty rudely. Deep drop, setting up the screen, and the pass behind from Siri and incomplete. They wanted Macaluso on the screen, and it was well set up. And Siri, let's watch again, maybe looking for the lane, and just can't get it to Macaluso, and now it's 3rd and 13. And the Pirate drive in danger of stalling. Let's see if Steve Mushagan's perhaps thinking 2 plays here from this part of the field at the 34. This would be too long for a field goal. And maybe he is, as they go with the draw to Miles. And Miles gets to the 32. That's a gain of just 2, and it leaves a 4th and 11. Well, I don't know if that's enough yardage for Steve Mushagan to take a chance on a 4th down call. They are at the 32. This is an awkward part of the field. The Pirates are 4 of 7 on 4th down on the season, and they're going to line up to go for it on a 4th and 11. See if Siri is just going to try and pick up some yardage. Right now, a field goal would be 49 yards, and it would be into the wind, which, as I mentioned earlier, is gusting here tonight. Now they're going to go for it. Siri, pop flies on the far side, incomplete. It was Miles coming out of the backfield who was the intended target, and it's incomplete. And the Pirates will turn it over on downs. El Camino will take over at the 32. Morgan had the coverage on Miles. Well, again, from the 32, I think, gives Siri a chance to perhaps make a play. And Steve Mushagan takes a chance. Looking for Lorick, and the pass incomplete. Flags are down. Let's see, this might have been before the play. Oh, it's an offsides call against Ventura, so it'll be 1st and 5 after they mark off the 5 yards from the El Camino 37. Early second quarter. Warriors and Pirates on the VC Sports Network, SoCalCollegeSports.com. Foots with Santana Feast in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the near side. El Camino in the road white jerseys. The Pirates in the home black jerseys. Foots Good protection, stands in, guns it on the far side, and it's incomplete. Tuayimi with the coverage on Hodge. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 5. Foots now 8 of 12 in the game. So far, the Pirates winning the battle in terms of the running game. El Camino with 18 yards rushing as a team in 14 carries, and that's in line with what the Pirates have surrendered all year long. Running right. Flags come in. Feast tried to leapfrog a couple of tacklers at the end of that play. He got near the 1st down marker, but let's see what the call is. They both came in on the right side on that run. As we watch one more time. The holding call against El Camino. And the Pirates will accept the penalty. And that'll move it back and make it 2nd and 15 from the 27-yard line. So far, it seems to me that more of the penalties have gone against the Pirates. Indeed, 4 for 47. That's just the 2nd penalty of the night against El Camino. In the flat, complete for a gain of about 3. Hughes with the reception. Quickly brought down by Fakir Stewart. So after the short gain, it'll be 3rd down and 12 for El Camino. Pirates rush 4, Foots, deep drop again, good protection, throwing over the middle and incomplete. He wanted Lorick, but he was well covered. Dijon Howell had the coverage on Lorick. And the Pirate defense holds once again, and they'll get it back. So Valenzuela out there, and this is interesting because Jesse Valenzuela, who's returning kicks tonight, has not been in the backfield at all. We've seen Brown, we've seen Miles. So not exactly sure. Don't want to speculate too much, but Valenzuela apparently available in the return game, but hasn't been part of the offense just yet. The kick from Saul finally scooped up at the 15 by Valenzuela. Boy, that's a dangerous play. Does get out to the 21-yard line, a return of 6 yards after a kick of 55 yards from Adam Saul. 11:26 remaining in the first half. And Pirate fans, you're seeing that right. No score. You don't often see that. I mean, we've been covering Pirate football for going on a decade now. And usually by this point in the game, we got a couple of touchdowns on the board, if not more. And this has been a defensive struggle. Both defenses have been outstanding. And no score. Again, as I mentioned, last season these two teams met. It was 58-37. The Pirates with the win. That at El Camino. Valenzuela now does get the carry and runs for 4 yards, bringing up a 2nd down and 6. Interesting history between these two teams. This is the 15th meeting all time between El Camino and Ventura. It was all El Camino early on. They won the first 10 meetings between these two teams, but the Pirates now have won the last 4. Quick screen, and not much doing. A gang of Warriors get there. Tate with the reception. Quintana will get credit for the tackle. Tate gains perhaps a yard, brings up a 3rd down and 5. Siri with just 15 yards passing so far. 6 of 11 in the game. Pirates haven't taken a lot of chances. 3rd and 5. Blitz coming. Good protection. Valenzuela can't find the handle. Well, that hurts if you're a Pirate fan because Valenzuela was out in space. And I believe we've seen what Jesse Valenzuela can do in space. But this starts with good protection up front. And there you see Valenzuela, and he's got 5 yards in the clear, and he knows it. And see the little hop of frustration at the end for Jesse Valenzuela. And that's the classic. Just starting to run with that football before you have it secured. High snap to Harm, who does get it away. Taken at the 35 by Lorick, and Lorick hit by the second wave. 40 yards on the kick, nothing on the return, but El Camino will start with solid field position at their own 35-yard line.
No gain on the return. Stop was made by number 21 for the Pirates, Pedro Gandaria.
10:23 remaining in the first half. Busy night on SoCalCollegeSports.com as well. Also have Saddleback and Riverside from Saddleback. Foots brings the Warrior offense out. Pirates showing blitz. Now they drop off. And a whistle before the snap. False start will back up El Camino and make it 1st and 15.
Number 77, 5-yard penalty, first down. Be 1st and 15 for the Warriors.
Now El Camino ready, 1st and 15. Yates on the carry. Off tackle on the right side. Stood up after a gain of 5. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Hodged on the stop.
5-yard gain, 2nd and 10.
Foots wants to work quickly. 2nd and 10, throws over the middle and completes out to the 40-yard line. Another gain of 5. Aldridge on the stop as they complete the pass to Colby Bell. They'll give Bell 6 yards. It'll bring up a big 3rd and 4. From the 41-yard line, the Pirate defense trying to get off the field. Keep things scoreless, showing blitz. Here they come. Foots off the back foot, over the middle, incomplete, going back to Bell. And the Pirate defense with another solid drive. They force another punt. Hal had the coverage on Bell. And that'll bring on Adam Saul and the punting unit from the El Camino 41. Well, we've seen a couple of big plays defensively for the Pirates here tonight. Let's see if we can see a big play on special teams. It may take something like that in a scoreless game. Saul ready. Valenzuela starts to back up. High kick and a good kick. And Valenzuela signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 14. And I got to tell you, they'll spot it at the 13. But on the previous punt, we saw Valenzuela make the very dangerous decision to pick up a rolling ball with tacklers bearing down on him. He got away with it on a 5-yard return. And it strikes me, as I watched that one, that was an awfully safe fair catch from Jesse Valenzuela, who had a fair amount of room for that return. And you wonder if maybe he was sent out there with one specific assignment, and that is secure that football, make the fair catch, and let's go to work on offense. Of course, I'm speculating with that. Can't say for sure. Brown spins out of a tackle. He's out to the 16 for a gain of 3. Quintana with the stop on Brown. A 2nd down and 7 coming up. Winding down to 9 minutes to go. We do have a timeout on the field, and we have a Pirate player down. This looks like it might be another offensive lineman, and the Pirates already battling a couple of injuries in that position group. We'll step aside for a brief injury timeout. You are watching Ventura College football here on the VC Sports Network. second down and 7 for the Pirates from their own 16-yard line.
Second and 7 from the 16-yard line.
Snap to Siri, under pressure. Looking deep, and the pass is going to be picked off by Jonathan Johnson on the near side. Second turnover of the night for the Pirates, and El Camino will take over at the Ventura 45. Let's take you back to the replay. Well, we've been waiting tonight for the Pirates to take a chance downfield, and here it comes. Pretty good protection on the blitz, and Siri steps up, but Johnson had great coverage on Tate and makes the interception, and El Camino forces the turnover, and they take over with a short field at the 45-yard line. Bradford on the carry. Second effort gets him to the 42 for a gain of 3. Aldridge with the stop. Brings up a second down and 7. Foots taking some extra time, 8:14 and counting remaining. Play action, screen it to the near side for Hughes. Hughes twists his way to the 38. Run out of bounds by Hal. Gets to the 38-yard line. It'll bring up another massive third down. This is a 3rd and 3 from the 38. Three wide receivers to the right. And El Camino taking some extra time on this drive. Once again, Keyshawn Foots looking over the Pirate defense. They show blitz. Here they come on a 3rd and 3. Foots, deep drop, hit as he throws. On the far side, and the pass incomplete. Hal had the coverage. He was looking for Hodge. Another great job by the Pirates secondary as Foots takes a shot downfield, and now it's El Camino that is in an awkward part of the field at the 38, and they're going to line up to go for it. Well, the way their defense is playing, why not? The Pirate defense has been terrific, but they have, at least to some degree, done a little bend but don't break. El Camino has shown very little bend at all so far in this first half, not to mention no break. 4th and 3. Foots, quick throw on the slant, incomplete. They wanted to go back to Lorick. That play has been highly successful for them tonight, and this time the Pirates defended it much better. Lorick working against Tuiami, and that's a great job by Tuiami. Maybe a little bit of incidental contact there, but nothing that's really going to draw a flag. And Tuiami does the job on Lorick and the Pirate defense with a massive stand, keeping this in a scoreless game. And right now, the way the Pirates are having difficulty moving the football, it's important that they stay within shouting distance. And right now, it's no score. Offset I formation. Siri has the snap. Valenzuela trying to bounce it to the right, and he is brought down for a loss on the play by Terrell Bishop. That's a terrific job by Bishop getting into the backfield. Replay. See, maybe we had the tail end of that, but I don't think we do. That's okay. Bishop, though, able to get in from his defensive tackle spot and get into the backfield. That's a 3-yard loss for Valenzuela. And a 2nd and 13. Siri looking for the play, has receivers left and right. Has the snap, 4-man rush, good protection. The throw on the near side is complete for a modest gain. Quintana on the stop.
Pass complete to number 15,
Tiandre Newcomb with his first catch tonight, a gain of 4. leaves a 3rd and 9 for Ventura. Pirates tonight on 3rd down. Still 0 of 5. I thought they had a 3rd down pickup earlier via the penalty. A timeout taken by El Camino with 6:25 remaining in the first half. No score. Ventura and El Camino, you're watching Pirate football on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com, brought to you by Crown Plaza Hotel, Ventura Beach. Third and 9 for the Pirates. Siri brings them to the line. Deep drop. They want to set up the screen, and they find Valenzuela, and he's going to be swallowed up for a loss on the play. DJ Morgan has this well diagnosed right from the start. Let's watch the replay again, and that's a great job by Morgan. Seeing where that play is going, no chance for Valenzuela, who loses 4 yards on the play, and the Pirates will kick it away again. Under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Well, last season when these two teams met, it was, interestingly, a mirror image of the Mesa game a week ago. When these two teams met, flags on the play as Harm gets away the kick. Short kick, but it'll take a Pirate bounce down to the 32-yard line. That's a kick of just 33 yards, but no return. And El Camino will take over. Let's keep it here. And going back a season ago at El Camino, the game was tied at 23 late in the first half, but the Pirates scored a touchdown right before halftime to take a 30-23 lead, and then a pick six on the first drive of the second half to push the lead to 14. The Pirates would eventually take a 44-23 lead en route to the 21-point win. But that was the story of the game. And Pirate fans, that may sound oddly familiar after a week ago where the Pirates, despite some struggles in the first half, were right in the game in the final minute, trailing by only 5, but hit with a late touchdown by Mesa and then the disastrous pick six to start the second half, and all of a sudden it was 28-9, and it was too much for the Pirates to make the comeback, and they fell short 35-20. All just my way of leading up to the fact that with 5:30 to go in the first half, this is going to be a critical stretch in this game. One play can be so huge. And let's see what happens in the latter stages of this first half. See which team can perhaps break through. Foots with a dangerous pass out in the flat, and it's incomplete, looking for Hodge, but that was nearly a backwards pass. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. And I'm double checking here, but I believe that might be Jillian Carter. No, it is Foots. Okay. The handoff on 2nd down, and now it's the Pirate defense stepping up with Jewell and Rubidoux getting quickly onto Brian Santana-Feast, who had no chance. And now the defenses on both sides are really starting to feel it. This is starting to really be dominated by the defenses. Snap to Foots on a 3rd and 12 under pressure. Step up, guns the near side, and the pass incomplete. Quick 3 and out. For El Camino, the pass intended for Bray Weems, who's been quiet after a catch very early in the game. We haven't seen a lot of Bray Weems, who had 5 catches in the victory over Bakersfield a week ago. Another great job by the Pirate defense They give away poor field position. El Camino starts at their own 35, 38-yard line, but they lose a couple of yards, and now Adam Saul on to kick it away. Valenzuela will take this from the 19, circles to his right. He's at the 25, hit and dropped at the 29, a 10-yard return after a 45-yard punt by Adam Saul. 4:39 to go in the first half, and the Pirates back on offense. The Pirates with 48 yards rushing as a team, averaging 4 yards a carry here in the first half. Meanwhile, El Camino finding it tough sledding against this Pirate defense with 17 carries for just 24 yards. And those numbers, again, in line with what even San Diego Mesa was able to do a week ago in a win. Brown bounces it to the outside, keeps churning the legs. He's out to the 39-yard line. They'll give him the 38, call it 8 yards, and a second down and 2. Well, Brown's seen most of the carries. That's his 7th carry. Here in the first half, Valenzuela with a couple, of James Miles with a couple. But it's been mainly J.Q. Brown. Second down and 2 from the 38. Back to Brown. Over his right guard, lowers the shoulder, falls forward, and appears to have enough for the first down. 3-yard run for Brown. Pirates with a rare first down here in this first half. Brown with the stop. It's amazing how many times J.Q. Brown has been tackled by Lando Brown in this first half. First and 10 from the 41. The throw on the right side is dropped. Tate just doesn't secure it. And a second down and 10. And Kevin Tate has had something of a slow start to this season. Just one catch tonight. And Tate had a terrific freshman year a season ago for this Pirate team, but now moves into perhaps a slightly different role with the departure of Terrell Vaughn. And so far, Tate has struggled through the first 2+ games. Give him a chance. Good running room on the left side. Brown still on his feet. He's at the 40, 35, 30. Inside the 25 and finally ridden out of bounds. 34 yards. Muhammad finally tracks him down. Look at the work of Brown exploding through the hole. Again, working behind Barajas on that left side. Talked about Ray, who is injured, not in the game, and who might be replacing him. And Steve Mushakian talking about Malachi Brown and Connell Ferguson will step up and battle for that position on the offensive line. James with the carry. Good running room again for James. This, a pickup of 8 yards, leaves a second down and 2. And for the first time tonight, the Pirate offense is rolling downhill. Couple of good runs back to back. They're in the red zone. Read option, and it's Siri straight ahead. Down to the 12. That is good enough for a first down. Take you down to field level. Watch the read option. How about the good hard running of Siri? That's a quarterback. Lowering the shoulder, jumping into the pile. That's going to win you the respect of your teammates. And Siri takes another hit on the read option. He's inside the 10, down to the 6. Pirates looking to get on the board.
6-yard gain, 2nd and 4.
Jacob Cololo had the stop on the carry by Siri, who's now up to 47 yards rushing in the game. Second down and 4 from the 6. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. Looking left. Throws the corner fade, and it's incomplete. That was well covered by Muhammad. Looking for Tim Greer. Greer had a big game a week ago in the loss to Mesa with 5 catches for 82 yards. But he's been quiet here tonight. In fact, to my memory, that's the first target that Greer has had. 3rd down and 4. From the 6, the Pirates will overload the right side. Brown in the deep eye. Brown running left, looking for the corner. Spins, hit near the first down marker. This is going to come down to the spot. Morgan again on the stop. And let's see what the spot is. This is a good individual effort from J.Q. Brown, who's hit at the line of scrimmage, if not behind it. But the spin, able to get the yardage, and it is a 1st and goal. Quick snap. Read option, and it's Siri on the left side who runs it in. Well, they fake it to Brown. And we'll take a look at the replay, maybe see if we have this from a couple of angles. But this play has been effective. And watch again with the read option. And Brown draws the defense. And you can just see Siri walking it in on the left side. But that all starts with the great fake to J.Q. Brown. And the Pirates finally grab the lead, 1:22 remaining in the first half. And we've got a touchdown. And it's Braden Siri with a 2-yard touchdown run. Snap placement down, the extra point is blocked. The Pirates continue to struggle on their point after attempts. That's another miss. And we've seen both Vargas and LJ Harm take the point after attempts. And it's been a struggle either way. Let's see if that point ends up looming large for Ventura as they take the 6-0 lead with 1:22 remaining in the first half. Well, the read option's been huge. And that caps off the drive for the Pirates. Vargas has it teed up. The approach and the kick away. Taken at the 10. Out to the 20, 25. Out past the 35 and brought down at the 40-yard line. That is a great return. Malcolm Baker sets up the Warriors with very good field position. We do have an injured player down on the far side. They end up spotting it at the 37, so it's a 27-yard return. And El Camino with a minute 13 and 2 timeouts, so plenty of time. But can they get something going against the Pirate defense? And the Pirate defense has done what they've been able to do for the most part this season, is make the opposing offense somewhat one-dimensional. It is hard to move the football consistently when you're having trouble running the football. Mesa, again, had some struggles running the football even last week in the win, but Gunnar Gray and the Mesa offense able to come up with a few big plays at big moments. And that really was the difference in the game, was Gray's experience. Picked off again, the Pirates with another turnover. Late in the first half, down to the 25, a late flag comes in. Jed Aldridge with a terrific pick for the Pirates, and he brings it back to the 25, but let's see what the flag is. It came in very late, so you got to believe this is going to be Pirate football. but where will they have it? What a huge play, and we talked a little bit before. Late in the first half, you so often see huge plays. And that is a big-time play by Jed Aldridge. Pretty good hands for that young man, dropping into coverage. Right now, the football resting at the El Camino 28-yard line. Rather, the 23. So a golden opportunity for Ventura to tack some points on the board late in the first half. They already lead at 6-0. Siri with receivers left and right. Valenzuela gets the handoff, cuts it back, dragged down at the 20-yard line, a 3-yard run. Aaron House with the tackle for El Camino, brings up a 2nd down and 7, 47 seconds and counting remaining in the first half. The Pirates with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Siri throwing into the end zone, near sideline, touchdown! Macaluso with the catch for the touchdown. The turnover looms large. Pirates with their 3rd forced turnover of the first half. The interception by Aldridge. And let's watch here. What a job by Macaluso. Damien, can we take one more look at that and see if we can slow it down there? And Macaluso, how did he get a foot down? So we just slow this down a bit and see. Wow. I mean, that is, well, first of all, great job on camera, guys. That is outstanding. And what an acrobatic play by Sebastian Macaluso, who just gets the toe down in line. And now the lead is 12-0 with 38 seconds remaining. The Pirates will take their first timeout. We'll step aside. Ventura on top of El Camino. You're watching Pirate football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network. Pirates will go for 2. Siri in some trouble trying to pick his way forward. He's still on his feet, falls forward, and it looks like he is just shy. So no good on the 2-point conversion, and the score now 12-0. 38 seconds remaining in the first half, and what do you do if you're El Camino in this situation? You still have 2 timeouts in 38 seconds. That is enough time to try and get something together, but the Pirate defense can be so dangerous in this situation. And they'll talk it over with their young quarterback, Keyshawn Foots, and get ready. But going back to the Moorpark game in week 1, a couple of interception returns for touchdowns really broke that game open for the Pirates, who have just a ball-hawking defense so far this season. And it was a big play by Jed Aldridge with the interception, giving the Pirates the 12-0 lead as Siri eventually finds Macaluso. Aldridge set him up at the 23, and the Pirate offense did the rest. The return out to the 25-yard line by Marcise Yetz. And with 31 seconds the El Camino offense will come on. They do have 2 timeouts. So is Griffin Lindheim in his 6th season here at El Camino going to be content to head to the locker room, or does he give his young quarterback and this Warrior offense a chance to make something happen? Here we go. 3 down linemen for the Pirates. Screen on the near side out to the 25-30. A flag comes in as Weems heads out of bounds at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 7 yards. But this in the area where you might see some kind of hold. Take you down here to field level, and Jabari Hughes trying to hold the block. And unfortunately for El Camino fans, he got one part of that right. So that'll bring it back to the 22, where it'll be 1st and 13 as they mark it from the spot of the infraction. 25 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground. Santana Feast upended at the 28 after a run of 6 yards. Adrian Sirocco with the tackle. It's a 7-yard run, and now down to 6 seconds, and El Camino going to be content to run out the first half. Halftime from Ventura College. The Pirates with a 12-0 lead over El Camino. It's Ventura College football on SoCal College Sports and the VC Sports Network, brought to you by Crown Plaza Ventura Beach, the official hotel of Ventura College Athletics, and by Scooter's Barbecue. Stick around. winds have calmed somewhat. And it's turned into another beautiful evening for football in Ventura, and the Pirates with a 12-0 lead as we head to the third quarter. Ventura College football on the VC Sports Network is brought to you by the Crown Plaza Ventura Beach, the official hotel of Ventura College Athletics. For discounted rates, mention VC Athletics when calling or use corporate code 100239855 when booking online. Also brought to you by Scooters Barbecue and Catering, official concessionaire for Ventura College football and barbecue supplier for Ventura College Athletics. The Warriors deferred after winning the toss, and they will get it first to start the third quarter, trailing at 12-0 as the Pirates break through with a late touchdown and then get the massive turnover in the last couple of minutes, tack on another touchdown, and they carry the 12-0 lead into the third. The approach, and we're away. And a short kick taken at the goal line, out to the 15, and weaving his way forward. Yates able to get out past the 20. That's a good job by Marcise Yates. So Yates does get it out to the 22 after initially being in some trouble on that return. And El Camino, who came from behind to beat Bakersfield a week ago, will have to do it again here in their second game of the season in week 3 as they trail it 12-0. We bring you back up top. Keyshawn Foots brings the Warrior offense on. Read option on first down. Foots running right, spins away, and now goes down at the 34. That's a 4-yard run. They initially placed it at the 30 after the run by Yates on the return. Sirocco on the stop on Foots brings up a 2nd down and 6. Catch the tail end there. And now back to live action. They keep it on the ground on 2nd down and not much doing. A gain of a yard. Aldridge on the stop after the 1-yard run by Mekhi Jordan. Third down and 5. Blitz coming. Foots under pressure, now throws off the back foot, and the pass incomplete, and the Pirate defense forces the quick 3 and out. Lorick, the intended target. So the Pirates' mission accomplished on the opening drive, and I believe that was Jordan who had come in. Mekhi Jordan, quarterback this offense. Last year, a 7-win season for El Camino. It was Jordan and Dylan Guerra splitting time, and both had outstanding freshman seasons. And the Warriors figured to be well set up at the quarterback position moving to the sophomore season, but Dylan Guerra has moved on, and Jordan is back, but Keyshawn Foots becomes the new starter. And certainly in week 1, Foots was outstanding in the victory over Bakersfield, but Jordan gets a series there but can't move the chains, and after the punt by Saul, the Pirates will take over at their own 23, leading it 12-0. Opening stages of the third quarter. Happy you've joined us for Ventura College football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network. Triple header action on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Here tonight, of course, you can find all of our games on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Also on our website, www.socalcollegesports.com. Play action and a completion to Tate. Stiff arms a man, and he's run out of bounds at the 30. It's a 7-yard pickup for Tate. Johnson gets the stop. Working against Tate. They'll give Tate 8 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 2. Actually, I believe that was Fred Martin on the stop on Tate. 2nd down and 2 for the Pirates with Valenzuela in the backfield. Siri has gone the route. 10 of 19 in the first half for 42 yards. Excuse me. A touchdown pass for Siri along with a couple of interceptions. Play action, Siri on the roll. Throws on the far side and incomplete, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 2. But Siri contributed with his legs as well, 49 yards on the ground, and that included a touchdown run. So Siri's come up with a couple of ways to beat you here tonight, and he's got the Pirates out in front 12-0, now facing a big 3rd down. Pirates continue to struggle on 3rd down. They're just 1 of 7 tonight. This is a big play for the Warrior defense, who'd love to get out of here. Play action and a completion to Macaluso out to midfield. That's a well-designed play, well executed by the Pirates. A 19-yard gain. Let's take you to the replay. And you'll watch here the fake to Valenzuela. And this might be Siri's best throw of the night. On the run. And Macaluso secures it, brings it to the 50. They'll spot it at the 49, an 18-yard gain. And a fresh set of downs for the Pirates. Siri steps up into the pocket, hit and dropped. First sack tonight. Lando Brown. Off the edge. Gets the sack. That's already his 4th sack of the young season. Working against right tackle Kyle Stanback. And Stanback, an interesting story that we've talked about, making the transition from the defensive line to the offensive line and taking over at right tackle, and he's got another tough assignment here tonight going against Lando Brown. So he is being indoctrinated early in his career as an offensive lineman. Meanwhile, Koa Carroll into the backfield. And Valenzuela running left, and watch here, no chance, and that is a great stick by Koa Carroll. That is a loss of 7 yards, or I should say a loss of 3 yards back to the 42 after the sack. And the Pirates, who just moments ago were solidly on the move, now face a 3rd and forever, a 3rd and 17. The Warriors crowding the line, showing blitz. Here they come. Siri off the back foot, lobs for Tate. And Tate makes the catch at the 31. Well, maybe this is going to get Kevin Tate going. Had a catch earlier in the drive. And watch Siri, who takes a big hit after he throws the ball. But this is a great adjustment by Kevin Tate to slide down and make that catch and convert on 3rd and 17. So the Pirate drive continues. Valenzuela straight up the middle, inside the 30 to the 29. A run of 3 yards brings up a 2nd down and 7. Terrell Bishop with the tackle. And the Pirates starting to get it together offensively, and you can feel even from up here the confidence starting to exude from this offensive unit that really struggled for much of the early stages tonight, but a couple of late touchdowns, and now they're on the move again, and the Pirate offense picking up some confidence. Valenzuela bounces it to the outside. He's at the 25, inside the 20, and tripped up just shy of the 15. Good run for Valenzuela, running behind his right tackle Stanback. Gets the 1st down. 13-yard run. And now the Pirates starting to get it going on the ground. Back in the red zone. Valenzuela to the left of Siri. Play action. Rainbows the near side, and the pass intended for Tate incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Well, obviously a concerted effort to get Kevin Tate involved on this first drive. That's his 3rd target on the drive. And it has paid dividends for Ventura as they have moved it into the red zone, facing a 2nd and 10. Valenzuela in the deep eye behind Siri. Macaluso in the slot. And a little bit of movement, and the Pirates going to hurt themselves with a penalty here. So this will back them up 5. Create a 2nd down and 15. lengthy drive for the Pirates after the quick 3-and-out for El Camino to start the second half. Just under 10 minutes to go in the third. Pirates would love to widen this lead out just a bit more. Right now they've got the 12-0 lead, but that doesn't feel too secure, even as well as the Pirate defense is playing. The give to Valenzuela, cuts it back inside the 20, dragged down inside the 15 by Brown. Good hard running by Jesse Valenzuela. 7-yard run for Valenzuela brings up a 3rd down and 8. And see the cutback there on Morgan. And Brown chases it down. Another big 3rd down. When we talked with Steve Mushagian, talked about the importance in the red zone of not settling for field goals, but converting 4 touchdowns. Read option again. Siri inside the 5, dragged down just shy of the goal line. He's inside the 3. That is good enough for a 1st down. A 10-yard run on 3rd and 8 as the Pirates go back to the bread and butter play tonight. As again, they sell the read option. Siri now with 59 yards rushing in the game. That is a massive conversion on 3rd down. And Steve Mushagian going to be thrilled to see that. Talking about the importance of putting touchdowns on the board. That's one of the things that hurt them last week in the loss to Mesa. Not taking advantage of the opportunities. Valenzuela hit behind the line. Koa Carroll blew that up. Got into the backfield. And it was Ibanez who eventually got the stop, but I noticed Carroll getting into the backfield. No choice but for Valenzuela to try and cut it back where Ibanez was waiting. 2nd and goal from the 5. Well, it was a read option from about this spot on the field for the 1st touchdown. Let's see what the Pirates do. It's Valenzuela over his right guard, spinning his way forward, brought down at the 2. 3rd and goal. Diego Godino with Ibanez there, bringing Valenzuela down. 3rd and goal from the 2. Tate and Macaluso head to the near side. Change in the backfield. Lamont James to the left of Siri for this 3rd and 2 play. James straight ahead. Great push from the middle of that offensive line, and James will take it in. The Pirates push the lead now to 18-0. Well, the kicking game has been something of a mixed bag. That's a great job. Good push. And James, that was probably a pretty fun carry. Gets to the goal line before he's really touched. Great job. James gets the touchdown. They will try the extra point. It's Vargas on and puts it through. Pirates have now scored on 3 consecutive drives. They've got it going. 7:31 remaining in the 3rd. The Ventura lead is 19-0 on the VC Sports Network. Nothing Ventura. Pirates looking to bounce back from the loss at San Diego Mesa last week. And after a sluggish start, they've got it going. And they have pushed the lead out to 19. This one will be taken for a touchback, and El Camino will go to work from their own 25-yard line, and it looks to me, as I'm watching him come on the field, that we're going to see more of Mekhi Jordan. And I mentioned Jordan a week ago, or I should say a moment ago. And Jordan last season completed 58% of his passes for 1,239 yards and 10 touchdowns. So both he and Guerra, splitting time, led this offense. So this is not a guy who comes in with little or no experience, but he has run this offense for going on a year. First down carry for a gain of 4. I'll take you down to field level and watch Bradford trying to cut this back. And Sirocco shedding the block and getting the tackle. Back to live action and back to Bradford over his left guard trying to bounce it outside. A gain of 3 brings up a 3rd down and 3 and an opportunity for the Pirate defense perhaps to get right off the field again. We've talked a lot about the Pirates on 3rd down, and that number is improving for the Pirates, but El Camino has struggled mightily on 3rd down tonight, 2 of 9, facing a 3rd and 3 here. Read option, Jordan going to keep it on the left side. He's got the first down and more. He's out to midfield. Jordan at the 40, 35, 30, finally run out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Mekhi Jordan with a 41-yard scamper. And this is well executed by El Camino. Pirate defense, it's a little taste of their own medicine as it's El Camino that runs the read option. Now, on that replay, you can see clearly that a flag did come in. So, unfortunately, for Warrior fans, it looks like this one is coming back. Was this perhaps a spot foul? And we'll wait and see what the resolution. Again, our referee tonight, Dwayne Finley. Well, that is a crusher if you're an El Camino fan. Desperately looking for some good news at this point in the game, as the Warriors, after fighting gamely for much of that first half and playing great defense, have now started to wear down, and they have fallen behind 19-0. And they look to have something going there tonight for the first time in quite a while, since a couple of drives in the first quarter that both ended in turnovers. But it comes back because of the penalty. And Jordan in some trouble, fakes, still on his feet, makes a move. And Jordan going to head out of bounds at the 45. That's a 13-yard run on 3rd and 3. This is a great individual effort by Mekhi Jordan. And watch how nonchalant Jordan is here. Keeps his feet. That's a great move to find some open field. Tough night for Spencer Moore, as Jordan makes a great move on him and gets the first down. Now Jordan completes a pass to Hodge into Pirate territory, and we do have a Ventura player down. And we have a Pirate player down on the turf, and they will take a look, and we will step aside. It's an injury timeout. Ventura College football on the VC Sports Network. Like Joe Hernandez getting to his feet and heading off the field, and that's always an encouraging sign to at least see that he is up and leaving under his own power, but obviously still laboring somewhat. So wish Joe the best getting back out there. And we're back to action. Read option again. Jordan running left, cuts it back, dives forward to the 45-yard line, a gain of 5. That will move the chains on a 2nd and 1. So Jordan has come in and done a nice job on this drive. His 2nd drive at the helm has El Camino on the move. Chris Lyons eventually brings Jordan down. 1st and 10 from the 45. Bradford with the handoff. Gets away from Rubidou, who is quickly into the backfield, but doesn't get away from the 2nd wave. Jed Aldridge, who's having a big game. Ryan Downard quickly there. 2nd down and 10. They'll give Bradford a yard. Snap to Jordan and whistles and a penalty flag down. Just under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Well, when I talked to Steve Mushagian this week, I asked what adjustments they would look to make after the loss against Mesa, and he talked about the importance of executing on 3rd down in the red zone, and after a little bit of a slow start, I think it's well done on both counts. Pirates have been in the red zone 3 times. They have 3 touchdowns to show for it, and that's no doubt what you're looking for. And again, after the slow start on 3rd down, they're now 5 of 11 on 3rd down in the game. So that's a little more what Pirate fans are used to seeing from the Pirate offense over the last several years under head coach Steve Mushagian. So this has turned into a solid bounce-back game from the Pirates, who lead it 19-0 late in the 3rd. It's 3rd and 16 for El Camino. Snap to Jordan. 3-man rush. Jordan stepping up, hit from behind, and taken down for a sack. Jewell got there first, but it was Demetrius Edwards that finished it off. Well, how do you like it if you can rush 3 and get to the quarterback like this, but watch Jewell and Edwards do the work against this offensive line, and Jewell so fast off that right edge, and he gets there, and Jordan able to just slip out of that tackle, but not able to get away from Demetrius Edwards, who finishes it off and gets the sack. That's a great job by the Pirate defense. A little bend, but they don't break, and they're still pitching a shutout here late in the 3rd. This one takes a big bounce, and Valenzuela going to stay away from this one. It will be down at the 5-yard line. That's a 44-yard punt by Adam Saul, and he pins the Pirates deep at their own 5-yard line. 3:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. In fact, they will put that one down at the 4. So some danger here if you're Ventura, as you will operate from the shadow of your own goalpost with 3:46 remaining in the 3rd. And here comes the Pirate offense, and after seeing a lot of Ezekiel Savage a week ago, it's been Siri who's gone the route. They keep it on the ground on 1st down. Brown running right, and he is tripped up for a loss on the play. Morgan on the stop. And both Keith Morgan and DJ Morgan. They have done a nice job here tonight from their safety and linebacker spot, respectively. 2nd down and 11 after a loss of a yard from the 3-yard line. El Camino again continues to crowd that line of scrimmage, and minimal gain on a 2nd down carry. Now a late flag comes in. Boy, what a break this would be for the Pirates if this was some kind of personal foul. They'd give them a little bit of breathing room, because right now it's a 3rd and 10. And the officials will huddle up and will get the call. It came from the secondary. And it is a personal foul call against El Camino, a face mask call, And that is a big break if you're the Pirates, because instead of 3rd and 10 from your own 4, now we're talking a little bit of breathing room and a 1st and 10 from your own 20-yard line. 7th penalty on the night against El Camino. But that was a big one. Siri, quick throw. Complete for a gain of about 3. And El Camino doing a good job continuing to fly to the ball as they try to set up Reeves on the bubble screen. And he picks his way forward for a gain of about 4. To bring up a 2nd down and 6, and the Pirates content to let the clock run. Winding down to 2:15 to go. Here in the 3rd as Siri directs traffic. 2nd down carry and a gain of a couple. Koa Carroll with another big hit on J.Q. Brown. Brown with a gain of about 3 and another big 3rd down. This is a 3rd and 3 for the Pirates. If they could pick up this 1st down, they could keep it till the end of the 3rd. And the Warriors need a stop. Three wide receivers to the right. Snap to Siri on a designed roll, still looking, throws, and squeezes it in for a completion, finding Macaluso again. So Macaluso, who had the tremendous touchdown reception earlier, makes a big 3rd down catch here to move the chains and give the Pirates a fresh set of downs. That's another nice throw from Siri in traffic. As we wind down toward a minute to go in the 3rd. And indeed, the Pirates will be able to easily finish out the 3rd quarter with the ball and run a little more time. Screen it out again for Reeves. Reeves runs into Koa Carroll, which probably doesn't feel too much different than running into a wall. 2-yard pickup will bring up a 2nd down and 8. And there you see Macaluso trying to put the block on Carroll, but that's a nice job by Koa Carroll to spin out of that block and wrap up Reeves. They'll give Reeves just a yard and call it 2nd down and 9. And they'll put the game clock, they'll reset the game clock, I should say. Well, now they want to reset the game clock to 45 seconds, which I think is a little weird. But they will wind the clock on 2nd and 9, and we'll have time for one more play here in the 3rd. He caught Tim Greer coming out of the huddle there. And again, Greer has been a real bright spot over the first couple of weeks, transferring from Riverside along with Jerron Glenn. Typical for the Pirates over the last several seasons. They're loaded at wide receiver. But Greer's been quiet tonight. El Camino's done a nice job defensively, really in all phases of the game. But the Pirate defense is having another impressive outing at home. They're working on another shutout. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 3rd and long for the Pirates when we return for the 4th quarter. Ventura leading at 19-0. You're watching Ventura College football on the VC Sports Network. Brought to you by Crown Plaza Ventura Beach, the official hotel of Ventura College Athletics. Start of the fourth quarter. And Ventura leading it 19-0, facing a 3rd and 9 from their own 37-yard line. Siri with Miles in the backfield. Excuse me, with Brown in the backfield. Straight drop. Hit as he throws, looking deep over the middle, and has a man inside the 20, down to the 10, 5. It's going to be a touchdown. Tim Greer. Well, just moments ago, we were talking about how Tim Greer had a quiet night after the fast start to the season. And how about Siri with the rush bearing down on him, and he finds Greer, who had gotten behind the defense. And Greer with the speed, running away and putting the Pirates up 25-0. And the extra point is up and good. Pirates push the lead to 26-0 on the first play of the fourth quarter as a late flag comes in. And while they sort that out, maybe we can run this back one more time. Let's have a look at Siri with his second touchdown pass of the game as he finds Greer, who beats the coverage and then angles his way to the house for the touchdown. 63 yards, and the Pirates push the lead to 26-0. Well, it was an incredibly tight first half, but the Pirates have now started to break this one open, and they lead at 26-0, and you wonder if this won't end up being one of those scores where the game was closer than the score might indicate. As through the first 25 minutes or so, this was about as even as you can get, and in fact, El Camino arguably really had the better chances to take the lead early. But it's been a tale of two completely different games for the Pirates, who really struggled at the outset and now are on the full opposite end of the spectrum as they absolutely have it going. Another touchdown drive, and this time they finally crack the big play. Instead of methodically working their way down, it's Siri finding Greer on the 63-yard touchdown, and the Pirate lead is 26-0, and El Camino is going to start with very poor field position. Did this get a late flag? This was a terrific play inside the 5. I don't know if we had the replay there, but you're going to see flags down. Let's see if we can run this one back, but this is a great job in kick coverage. Watch here, because this is inside the 5. And that is a great job of getting down there. And that's about a 2-yard return. But is El Camino going to pick up some yardage? No, this is actually an unsportsmanlike call against El Camino. And if you are searching hard for some good news, if you're El Camino, it's that your field position was so poor that this isn't going to cost you much in the way of yardage. It's about a 1-yard penalty. It's going to take you back to the 1. But it's going to be an uphill climb for the Warriors on this drive alone against the Pirate defense that has been about as good as you can be. Certainly after the first quarter, when they did surrender some yardage before coming up with a couple of big turnovers to keep the game scoreless. But since then, they have been outstanding. Good hole on the right side. Brian Santana Feast finally run out of bounds, out past the 20, and a late flag comes in. See if this is some kind of late hit, but this could be a boon for El Camino. After the 19-yard run, we might be tacking on some yardage, and the Warriors might be fully out of the bad field position. This is great work on the right side of that offensive line. Picks up a block downfield from Lorick. That's a nice job. Blocking by Joshua Lorick as well. And indeed, this is going to be a personal foul against Ventura, and it's going to move it to the 35. So 34 yards via the run by Feast, and then the penalty tacked on. And now El Camino with some breathing room. They'll have it at the 35.
First and 10, El Camino, from their own 35.
They go to the read option. Jordan with a head of steam, through a hole. He's at the 45, cuts it back to his right, 35-30. It's a foot race for the pylon at the 15, 10, 5, diving for the pylon, and he's in. Wait, started to be in. Hold on a second. I think he might be at the 1 foot line. I got to tell you, that looked like B.J. Aragon, perhaps, the back judge, and I saw the arms go about 50% of the way up and then came back down. I think they're going to spot this at the 3. Well, Jordan has run the read option every bit as effectively as Braden Siri has. That's a great move. Cutting back to his right. That's another huge run. All the way down to the 3. That's a 62-yard run by Mekhi Jordan. Meanwhile, the officials are huddled up. Meanwhile, Jordan up to 90 yards rushing in the game. Well, El Camino, a season ago, led the entire 3C2A in rush attempts. And they were in the top 10 in a number of rushing categories. One of the better running teams over the last several years under the coaching of Griffin Lindheim. Straight ahead, down to the 1, a gain of 2. But the Pirates had done a terrific job bottling up that Warrior running attack here tonight until Jordan came on. And he has been able to find his way. They want to work quickly. Direct snap. Brian Santanafiz over his right guard. He's in, and the Warriors are on the board with 13:41 to go in the ball game as Brian Santanafiz takes it in from a yard out to get him on the board. Well, the Pirates pitched the shutout in the home opener against Moore Park. So that was 7 quarters and a minute of scoreless football here at the VC Sportsplex. Trouble on the snap. This one's down, and the Warriors are just going to fall on it. So both teams having some trouble converting on the extra point. And the score will remain 26-6 with 13:41 remaining. Well, it's a nice answer from the Warriors. As they go 99 yards. Much of that coming on the tremendous run by Mekhi Jordan. 62-yard run. Getting El Camino to the doorstep, and Brian Santanafiz takes it in from a yard out. First points allowed at the VC Sportsplex on the season by the Pirates. But they still lead at 26-6 with 13:41 to go. Going to give you a quick look around at some of the other scores in the 3C2A. Of course, another full slate of games. The approach and the kick away. Short kick, a little trouble at the 15. Now whistles on the return. Let's wait and see what the call is. And flags coming in from everywhere. And they're going to say this was a fair catch, but then there was another late flag, I believe, so there might be some yardage here before it's all said and done. Golden West a win at Bakersfield, 24-14. Antelope Valley. They're at Victor Valley tonight. Last report, they were in the second quarter, and Antelope Valley leading at 14-0. Of course, Marauder football to be found here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Elsewhere in the north, East Los Angeles with a 19-17 lead against San Diego Mesa. Mesa trying to make it 2 wins in a row over the North Division. They're at the start of the fourth. Canyons leading Fullerton 24-23. A great matchup in Santa Clarita. And we have that for you here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Chaffee leading at Long Beach 28-17. Our other game tonight, Riverside all over Saddleback 31-3. Tigers on top early in the fourth, and next week Riverside traveling to Golden West, and we'll have that game for you on SoCal College Sports. And for those that don't know, that's a rematch of a classic ball game, the SCFA Championship a season ago, that came down to the 2-yard line between those two teams. So they'll renew that rivalry next week, and we'll have it for you. Lopez with the reception. It's a 3-yard gain. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Siri from the gun. Play clock down at 7. Inside handoff. And a gain of a couple. Lamont James with the carry. Cololo with the stop. A 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Pirates. And the Pirates would love to string together a couple of first downs, if nothing else, kill a little more clock. Still plenty of time with over 12 minutes to go, and things can happen so quickly. Here in the 3C2A, we've seen it before many times. Some movement, could be a free play. No, they're going to wave it off. So is this going to be movement on the Pirate offensive line? We'll take you back here, and we just caught the tail end there. It's hard to say. No, it's going to go against El Camino and Aaron House, and obviously they waved that play off because House was unabated to the quarterback. So the Pirates pick up the first down via the penalty, and now they'll wind the clock, and the Pirates can chew up a little more time. James remains in the pistol formation behind Siri. Gets the handoff running left, takes a big hit, but he's still on his feet. Flags are down. James in all kinds of trouble. Johnson into the backfield, blowing that play up as well. It's a loss on the play, but let's see what the flag is. Let's watch here as Lamont James doesn't have a whole lot of chance. And it was House getting into the backfield again, this time not via the offsides, but just exploding through the line. The flag goes against Ventura, and El Camino will take the penalty. And it'll be 1st and 20 from the 31. Well, that play was enough of a loss. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't take the result of the play. 1st and 20. Siri has the snap. They go with the read option, and Siri over his left guard out to the 34.
Stop was made by number 52,
Koa Carroll starting to pile up the tackles.
gain of 4 yards on the play.
And Carroll
16.
bringing down Siri after a gain of 4 will bring up a second down and 16. Play clock down to 10. As Siri will bring him to the line. James remains in the pistol formation behind Braden Siri, who has the snap. They give to James, cutting it back to his left. Now finds some running room. He's at the 40, to the 45. Churning his legs toward that first down marker. He's a couple of yards shy, but that is a 14-yard run for Lamont James on a 2nd and 16. So a 3rd down and 2.
14-yard gain.
Upcoming for the Pirates. Well, after a 1st and 20 and a 2nd and 16. Well, the Pirates dug themselves a hole, but they're working on digging themselves out of it. Now facing a 3rd and 2. Back to James. Hit behind the line, but falls forward, and he's about a half a yard shy. And does Steve Mushagian want to make the ultimate roll of the dice here? Facing a 4th and a foot, but from the 49-yard line. Well, they didn't get much of a spot, so this is 4th and a yard. And I imagine you got to feel the temptation to go for it. The Pirates ordinarily so efficient running the football. But do you take this kind of a chance, especially the way your defense has played here tonight? But right now the offense remains on the field. And Steve Mushagian shows a lot of faith in this offense. In this situation, leading by 20 at midfield. 4th and 1. And now whistles come in as the play clock was down to 0. And instead the Pirates will take the delay of game and punt away the football. Well, I was going to be impressed with the level of faith. But I think up 20, pretty hard to imagine that Steve Mushagian and the Pirate coaching staff not more anxious to play the field position game and take their chances with their outstanding defense, and for the most part has really throttled this El Camino offense. Harm gets the kick away, angling toward the far side. And out of play at the 15-yard line. They'll spot it actually out at the 21. So that is a 34-yard punt. And with 9:04 remaining in the ball game, El Camino back on offense. And they're going to need something fairly quick if they want to maintain this momentum. They trail it 26-6, but they did score on their previous drive. They'll continue with Jordan at the controls. 3 wide receivers to the left. Jordan screens it out for Bradford, looking for a block. Brought down at the 23, pickup of a couple. And a 2nd and 8 coming up.
Kai Jordan's pass complete to number 23, Stephen Bradford. Stop on the play made by number 11, Jalen Wesley.
Jalen Wesley with another tackle.
2nd and 8.
And it's 2nd and 8. Meanwhile, we take you back to live action with Weems with the reception, getting to the 34-yard line. So Bray Weems makes the catch in traffic, gets out to the 34, moves the chains. Quick snap to Jordan. Bradford on the counter, finds some running room near the first down marker at the 44. It'll come down to the spot. Jed Aldridge with the tackle. We talked about how the Pirates have really gotten it going as this game has worn on. give El Camino some credit as well. After struggling mightily to run the football, they have run the football much, much better in the second half. And that offensive line is starting to create some running room. Jordan in all kinds of trouble, but bounces off a tackler and gets out of bounds after a gain of a couple. Jet Aldridge almost had a sack to add to his night. It was Aldridge that came up with the massive interception late in the first half, with Ventura leading at 6-0. And he comes up with an interception in the final 2 minutes that set up the Pirates for a second touchdown. They would take that 12-0 lead into the locker room. Screen pass to Hodge, who makes a little move at the 45. Hit at the 49. He's still on his feet and finally tripped up at the 48. That's a gain of 6 yards, and it brings up a 3rd down and 2. There can be little doubt that El Camino is thinking 4 downs at this point in the game. 7:22 as the clock continues to move. Jordan has the snap. Deep drop, stepping up, looking deep over the middle, and the pass incomplete. So that brings up 4th down. El Camino 0 for 1 on 4th down tonight. And they'll line up to go for it here. No doubt from the 48-yard line. Pirates showing blitz. Play clock at 10. Jordan doesn't need to be in any particular hurry here. Here they come. Jordan throws on the left side. The catch is made for a 1st down, as he finds Jabari Hughes. Short reception is good enough to move the chains. You watch Jordan lock in on Hughes, and Hughes does a nice job bringing that football in, even as he lost his footing on the way down. That's a nice play from Hughes. Back to live action, and Weems with another reception, working against Wesley, has the catch inside the 25, at the 23-yard line, 20-yard gain. For Weems, that's his 4th reception of the game. They'll spot it at the 24, bring you back live. Running room on the left side again. Santana Fizz inside the 20. He's out at the 18. 6-yard run makes it 2nd down and 4. Gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
6-yard gain, 2nd and 4. Ventura, 2nd time.
And a timeout going to be taken. 6:30 remaining in the ball game. Pirates with the 26-6 lead, but El Camino on the move. You're watching Ventura College football on the BC Sports Network. Second down and 4 for El Camino from the 18-yard line. Jordan with the snap. Halfback option and a man wide open and an El Camino touchdown as Hodge completes the pass. As he finds Marcise Yetz wide open in the end zone. So Griffin Lindheim goes to the bag of tricks. That's a terrific throw by Hodge. Well-designed play, and Yetz wide open makes the catch And El Camino, another touchdown on the board, within a couple of scores with 6:24 remaining in the game. So hold everything. Snap, placement down, kick is up and good. We're not done yet. 6:24 remaining in the ball game. And after the Pirates led it 26-0, it's now 26-13. And the pressure goes at least a little bit onto the Pirates and their offense. And in this situation with El Camino picking up some confidence, you don't want to go 3 and out if you're Ventura and give the ball right back to El Camino. They are starting to move the football both on the ground and in the air on the last couple of drives. Well, it's been an interesting one. Nothing else. The defense is dominated for the first part of the game, but now both offenses picking it up. Starting to see some of the points that we were expecting between these two teams that usually do a pretty good pinball imitation on the scoreboard when they meet up. Onside kick. This one gets through. It's still loose, but the Pirates looked like they fell on it, and they did. So the Pirates, well, I skipped ahead talking about the 3 and out. I didn't even get into the onside kick, but the Pirates do the job, and they recover, and they'll have it at the 45. But in a 2-score game, this is still plenty of time. 6:20 to go. And the Pirates, they can use a first down or two here. Realistically, if you can get a couple of first downs, you might even start to salt this one away. Just don't want to get ahead of yourself. The Warriors back out looking for a quick 3 and out to get the ball back for their offense. Brown in the backfield with Siri. They give it to Brown. Good hold on the left side. He's into the secondary. 35-30, 25-20, 10-5. He's gone! J.Q. Brown, a 56-yard touchdown run, and that might do it for the Pirates. Well, here I am talking about first downs. The Pirates say, forget about all that. Big hole up the middle, and J.Q. Brown does the rest. 127 yards on the ground for Brown on 11 carries, but absolutely none of them bigger than that one. Not just the number, but the timing. After El Camino had crept back within a couple of scores, and you thought maybe, just maybe, this one could slip through your fingers. Give the Pirate offense a ton of credit. That's a great job by the guys up front. Another extra point blocked, and the Pirates are really struggling in the kicking game. Particularly on the extra points. L.J. Harm hit a couple of field goals and a couple of attempts in the loss to San Diego Mesa last week. So not so much in terms of field goals, but just a spate of missed extra points. And you've got to believe that the Pirates are going to spend an awful lot of time working on that. That is just the kind of thing that it's only a matter of time and not much of it before that kind of thing can come back to bite you in a close game. But they have now missed 3 extra points in this one. We do have a flag down. 6:11 remaining in the game. Ventura now leads it 32-13 after J.Q. Brown with a 56-yard touchdown run to push the lead back to 19.
Ball of play. PAT is good. After play. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Ventura. Number 63. Also unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 3 on El Camino. Their first, each one. Those fouls will offset by yardage.
So unsportsmanlike calls against players from each team. So offsetting penalties, and we'll have the kickoff with 6:11 remaining. (32-13). Elsewhere in the SCFA, Glendale leading Pierce 17-7. They're in the third. Mount San Antonio College all over San Bernardino Valley 56-12. They're in the fourth. Update from Canyons. Fullerton now leading at 29-24. Another flag down as this one angles into the end zone. Cerritos slips by Allen Hancock 22-17. We'll see Allen Hancock in a few weeks. Here on SoCalCollegeSports.com when they come to visit Ventura. That'll be next month. Palomar blanking Southwestern 17-0. They're late in the fourth. East Los Angeles continues to lead over San Diego Mesa 25-17. 6:27 remaining in the fourth in that one. I'll say the SCFA gets harder and harder to predict week after week. The competition becoming so fierce. This team so evenly matched. See San Diego Mesa with a great win at home against Ventura a week ago, and now they go on the road, take on the Huskies in East Los Angeles. Another tough opponent, and they trail it in the fourth. In the north, Fresno City with a 42-7 win over American River. Sacramento City top Chabot 27-7. They're going to re-kick it. Butte hands City College of San Francisco their first loss of the young season, 35-14. That's a big matchup in the north between Butte and City College of San Francisco. Taken at the 5. Yet out to the 20. Now accelerates out to the 25 before he's hit and brought down. And here come the Warriors. 6:06 remaining. Mount San Jacinto tops Moore Park earlier today, 60-30. They'll start from the 26. Empty backfield for Jordan. Setting up the screen out to the 30 and to the 34-yard line. Lorick with the reception. Aldridge able to reach out a hand and just trip up Lorick, but it'll be a second and short for El Camino from their 34-yard line. Another screen pass, looking for Hodge. Gets around the edge now to the 40. Good for a first down. Stewart with the tackle. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. Now they'll wind. 5:22 and counting remaining in the game. Good pocket for Jordan, who guns it over the middle, and it's incomplete. Behind Hughes, his intended target. Second down and 10. Late in the fourth at Saddleback, Riverside leading at 34-3. Jordan with a second and 10. Four-man rush. Pop flies looking for Weems, and he overshot his target. Incomplete. Wesley might have had a chance on that ball, but seemed pretty locked in on Weems, I should say. There is a flag down. Jordan trying to drop it into Weems, and Wesley couldn't quite find the handle. Personal foul. This going to go against Ventura. That's the 10th penalty on the night for Ventura. They go over 100 yards in penalties with that one. Though penalties haven't been a huge storyline in this one. Each team's been penalized 10 times. Football resting on the Ventura 45, 1st and 10. Read option, good hole again for Jordan, who circles left and out of bounds. Out to the 38, that's a 7-yard run. It brings up a 2nd down and 3. Forced out of bounds by Fakir Stewart. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. Clock continues to move. We're under 5 minutes to go. They fake the handoff, screen it out to Weems. Makes a little move at the line. And weaves his way forward inside the 35 down to the 32. That's good enough for a 1st down. It's a nice job by Weems picking this one off the turf and making the catch before making the move on Wesley and picking up the 1st down. Play action. Jordan able to get away and buy some time. Now he'll throw it deep, but this one is almost intercepted. Boy, oh boy. He was looking for Hodge. I'm not sure. Well, we'll be able to see. Coming on the blitz, they nearly had Jordan. And that was a golden opportunity to end that drive. Cy Vincent had a chance for the interception, but couldn't come up with it. Said it'll be 2nd and 10. I didn't get a look at the number at who came on the blitz, but someone came unblocked. That was a great job by Jordan to keep that play alive. Meanwhile, Jordan is going to check out, and we'll have a new quarterback for El Camino. And it'll be Jillian Carter returning, freshman out of Westchester High School in Los Angeles. 2nd down and 10. Quick snap to Carter. This one is picked off. Down the near sideline, still on his feet. It's Dijon Howell who comes up with the interception as Carter tries to drop it in, looking for Weems once again. Let's take you back to the replay, and Howell, eyes in the backfield as Carter trying to squeeze that one in, and Howell in that 2-deep zone, moving over, able to make the pick. For the Pirates tonight, that's their 3rd interception, their 4th turnover caused. That always helps you get back to your winning ways. Forcing a few turnovers, and they have come at big times. Not so much that one, as the Pirates appear to have this one largely wrapped up. 1st down carry going nowhere as Ezekiel Savage is on at quarterback. And the Warriors still getting after the football. V. Manu into the backfield quickly, a loss of 4 on the play. But those turnovers in the 1st half that the Pirates were able to force were definitely big. Pirate team bound to be a little bit shaken off the loss last week at San Diego Mesa, where they fought gamely to come back in that one, but they were really not in the game at any point in the 2nd half. They were beaten pretty handily by a Mesa team that was ready to go and played a great game. And the Pirates seem to have a little bit of a hangover early in this one, particularly offensively, but even defensively surrendering some yards And those turnovers were big to keep that game scoreless before the Pirates could get it going and eventually pull away for the win. But you wonder if there's a touchdown or two in the first quarter, if this isn't a completely different game. Miles on the carry, falls forward for a couple.
Carry by number 12, James Miles.
They'll bring up third down.
Stop made by number 56, Ian Gomez.
Ian Gomez with the tackle. Under 3 minutes to go. Pirates looking to run this one out. Both these teams return to action next week. El Camino will head back home to take on San Bernardino Valley College. Pirates back on the road. They'll be home in a couple of weeks to take on Saddleback. We'll have that game for you. Ventura going to take a timeout, facing a 4th and 6 from the 37. We'll leave it here while I get to the schedule and remind everyone that Ventura travels to Chaffee to take on Chaffee College next week. They'll try to start another road win streak as they'll take on the Panthers. And again, a reminder, in 2 weeks we'll be back with you on the VC Sports Network and have the matchup here at the Sportsplex against Saddleback College. Can't tell fans of Ventura that we have recently been contacted, and we will be bringing you the game at Long Beach on the 15th. So we're excited to be part of the Long Beach City College broadcast, and I'll be joining you for that one. But we will have that game for you as well, so you'll be able to check out the Pirates when they travel to take on the Vikings on October 15th. Pirates take their second charge timeout. They're at the El Camino 37. And if they can come up with a first down here, they can finish this one off. Of course, special thanks to our team here tonight. Tonight's broadcast produced and directed, or I should say, executive producer of tonight's broadcast, Mike Cepeda. Our team here on camera, Amber Serrano, Austin Bordage. Tonight's broadcast directed by Damian Wong. Thanks to our team. As always, thanks to Jimmy Walker, athletic director here at Ventura College, for helping to bring you all the action here on the VC Sports Network. Always great to be working with Jimmy. And excited to be back covering Pirate athletics here for another season. And this is the first of many. We'll have basketball later in the year as well. Got some volleyball and soccer on the slate as well. All part of a growing effort to bring you more and more Pirate athletics. Thanks to Steve Mushagian, head coach at Ventura College, always taking some time to talk to us during the week. Really appreciate our correspondence, enjoy our correspondence with Coach Mushagian throughout the season. Of course, thanks to our sponsors, Crown Plaza Ventura Beach, the official hotel of Ventura College Athletics. And a reminder, for discounted rates, mention VC Athletics when calling, or use corporate code 100-239-855 when booking online. And our other sponsor, Scooters Barbecue and Catering, official concessionaire for Ventura College football and barbecue supplier for Ventura College athletics. You know it's serious business when they have an official barbecue supplier. But if you've ever had it, you know it's official. And we've had it here. So we've known Scooter for a while. Working here at Ventura in his last 10 years, and we hope for many more years to come. Sirocco with the stop on the completion. Minute 30 and counting. Remaining, the Pirates going to move to 2-1 on the season with the win. And they'll get going on their conference schedule next week as they'll take on Chafee. El Camino will drop to 1-1 on the season, and they'll get ready to take on San Bernardino Valley. Pass incomplete. Not quite enough on the pass from Carter. That brings up 4th down with a minute left. El Camino going to run one more play. See if they can keep this drive alive. This is a tough one for player of the game. But I think on the carry, you got to give it to J.Q. Brown. 12 carries, 123 yards. But that 56-yard touchdown removed all doubt. Catch is made by Baker to move the chains. Big plays in the second half. Greer with the big catch, Brown with the big run. That's how the Pirates put it away. More running room on the near sideline. Well, the Warriors on the move right to the end. They're finding their way offensively in this second half as well as Roy Davis finds some running room. They'll wind the clock. And El Camino looking to tack on some more points late off the hands of his intended target. Ross can't find the handle on the pass. From Corey Graham. Graham becomes the 5th player to throw a pass in the game. 4th quarterback to make an appearance for El Camino in this one. Of course, Brendan Hodge with the 18-yard touchdown pass on the trick play earlier in the 4th. Certainly at least one highlight for El Camino in this one. Graham in some trouble, hit from behind and sacked by Rubidoux.
Corey Graham sacked by number 97, Jonah Rubidoux.
So Jonah Rubidoux with the sack.
Loss of 11 yards on the play.
It's a loss of 11. That's the 3rd sack tonight for Ventura, and El Camino going to take a timeout with 11 seconds remaining. Well, El Camino looking to squeeze as much out of this one as they can, as they will take the timeout with 11 seconds remaining. And now they'll come on facing a 3rd and 21. Yep, I think I've got to give it to J.Q. Brown on the 123 yards. On the ground. Unless you want to give it to the entire Pirate defense, because it has been a spectacular defensive effort from every player on that defense. Great job on that front 4, creating pressure on the quarterback. Jed Aldridge, Adrian Sirocco have been outstanding in that linebacker core, and then the coverage has been outstanding, really. Pirates get beat on one play on the trick play, but other than that, secondary hasn't allowed much of anything in this game at all. 4th down and 21. This should do it one way or another. Graham stepping up, going to tuck it and run. Inside the 20, picks up a block. He's inside the 15 and brought down at the 12. It is good enough for a 1st down, but It is also the final play of the game. It's a final from Ventura. The Pirates with a 32-13 win over El Camino to move to 2-1 on the season. For everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network, thanks so much for joining us. So long, everybody.
24th of September at Shady. Game time there will be 6 p.m. They'll return here to the Sportsplex on October 1st against Saddleback.
You don't remember what plays the touchdown for